Hello, welcome back to the Slack API video tutorial. I'm Tomomi and I'll be showing you around. I'll explain the platform features based on real-life use cases so you can get better ideas on what you want to build and how. First, we'll look at the slash commands. A slash command can be an easy start point for Slack users to initiate your app. Typically, a user in Slack types a slash command, followed by some text in a message box, and submits it. Your app server receives a data payload, contains information such as command query and user ID via an HTTP post request, so your app can use the info and send a response. You probably have used Giphy, one of the popular Slack apps. Giphy lets you search GIF animations and share them on the channel. For example, /GiphyCat will display a cat GIF animations, like my personal favorite, a wiggling cat with Shaquille O'Neal. Slash commands are not just for fun, but for your businesses too. The Salesforce app uses a slash command to let users manage contacts, track opportunities, and close deals. When a user types /Salesforce and some search term like a company name, it returns some result where the user can click to expand to see the basic account details. Let's take a look at notifications. A notification is a one-way communication with a user where the app can send a short message. Notifications can be very useful if they are sent only when necessary. If a user receives too many notifications from your app, it can be overwhelming or even spammy, so be careful with how many notifications you send. The GitHub app notifies users when something happens to your repo. For example, you might get a notification when your teammate makes some code push, or when somebody sends you a pull request, or open an issue. If you're a designer, Adobe Creative Cloud may be a more familiar example. The app sends you a notification, in this case, when a collaborator comments on your prototype design. One way to send a short notification is using an incoming webhook to ping users. Incoming webhooks are a simple way to post messages from external sources into Slack. You can use normal HTTP requests with a JSON payload. Alternatively, when you are building a full-fledged app, use a web API. Use a chat.postMessage method to send a notification. You may want to use the Events API for your app. There are numerous types of events that can be triggered when a certain action is performed on Slack. You can have your app subscribe to events and respond when a new user joins, or when the app name is mentioned by somebody, or maybe when a user sends a DM to your bot, or when somebody reacts with an emoji. Most likely, you are building apps with a combination of multiple APIs. Let me show another example of how you can work with events. Concur is a tool for business travel and expense reporting. The Slack app uses a conversational UI to let users DM the Concur bot. When a user sends a Concur bot a DM, the bot replies back with some actionable buttons so the user can create an expense report or check upcoming travel plans. If you want to replicate this app flow, what you need to do is listen to the event message.im, which is triggered when a message is posted in a direct message. Then you use a web API chat.postMessage method to post back the message to the user with interactive buttons to suggest further actions. The button action will give you a trigger ID, so use the trigger ID to call a dialog.open method. Use your message app where it contains a set of web forms, so the user can enter some info in the forms to complete tasks. Another way to initiate a Slack app is through message actions. This is more visual and user-friendly than slash command or talking to a bot. Using message actions, you can add your app icons in Slack message menu UI, so it is a good idea to use this feature to make your app more discoverable. When a user hovers over a message, she can create a new task. From the message. To create an app like this, you can use the Action API. Create an endpoint to receive an action payload, just like an event payload. Then parse the payload to get the data you want, including trigger ID. Next, use the trigger ID to open a dialog. After the user completes the task by submitting the form on the dialog, your app should send a confirmation to the user with the chat.postMessage method. Okay, I've been talking a lot, but I hope this example gave you some good ideas about your upcoming Slack apps. So see you next time.